Hello, 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 and welcome to Peyton's Flowers. Today we are going to do a gentleman's casket saddle, considering we just finished Mother's Day and the next holiday it will be Father's Day. This is a big selling item for Father's Day, so we're going to show you my way of doing this. And as I always say, it's just my way. It's not necessarily the right way, just the way that I do it. All right, we are going to start with one full block of Sahara. It's not the double block, it's just the single block, and our wire brave saddle. So we're going to cover the foam with wreath wrap. This is wreath wrap. Comes on a roll, and it's basically like green saran wrap, kind of, maybe a little thicker, but not much. And we're going to cover all the areas of the foam. It helps the foam not to disintegrate, so it's a good thing. So that's our four end sides, and now we're going to do the top and the bottom, but we're going to do it attaching it to the saddle itself, so making it nice and secure. I don't know about where y'all live, but right here in Newfoundland, we are a windy part of the world, that's for sure. And one thing, not really complaint, but one comment that we always get from people buying grave saddles, or anything for the graves really, is that they tend to blow away. So we're going to make sure that it doesn't fall apart and do our best to help it not blow away. Alright, so that is covered. And as I was saying earlier, so it helps the water not to disintegrate the foam. So now, as you can see, it's probably not 100% sealed, but it's a lot more waterproof than it would have been if it had nothing. There you go. So now we're just going to start with greening. I always try to use at least 2 greens. So today we're going to use regular green ficus and then some tea tree leaf. That's what I call this fern. I could be totally wrong once again, but that's what I call it. So nice, it has a little bit of a lime green texture, so it adds that extra dimension of color. So we're going to take these, we're going to cut them up. One here, one there, and one long one. And then we're going to do that same thing again. When it comes from the wholesaler, it always has this kink in here. So we're going to straighten that out. And then we're going to keep cut, and cut, and cut. So now I just did 2 stems of ficus. So those long ones are going to be for the ends right here. See that? Anyway, that's all I need. That's all the long ones that I need. So I'm going to cut up 2 others, but I'm going to cut them in smaller pieces for filler. So I'm going to, again, straighten out that kink. I wish it wasn't there, but it is. It drives me crazy, really. Take that out, take that out. Now, that's that long piece that I said we didn't need, so now we're going to cut that right in half. Jeffrey, can you give me another bolt cutter, please? These bolt cutters are fantastic. They should be in the drawer now. However, they tend to lose their bounce back and not open wide enough. I think that's a newer one. Yes, that's much better. So cutting that, and cutting that, and cutting this, and cutting that. And then we're probably going to make these longer side shoots even smaller. So I'm going to take all 3 of those. Just slip down there. There we go. So now we're just making filler. I have a little tickle in my throat again today. Hope I'm not getting a bug. So excuse me for drinking while I'm working. Alright, here's my little wee glue pot because my skillet burned itself out. I guess I overused it and it just had enough. All the buttons and everything melted off. Maybe I did something wrong. I don't know. But it's fried. It's Friday. How was everybody's Mother's Day? We were so busy. I can't tell you the experience of Mother's Day working in a flower shop. It's something that no one will ever know unless you do it, I swear. The amount of time that goes into the preparation and the ordering, and then once Mother's Day is upon you, the flower prep and processing, and then ordering everything on the right times so that they don't wilt on you. You don't have old flowers, but at the same time you have to order them enough time from the wholesaler so that they're open and they're big and they're beautiful for your customers, because customers want their flowers to be beautiful on Mother's Day, not 3 days later. However, they don't want them to die 3 days later either. It's a balance, let me tell you. And of course, we all work in this space throughout the year without issue at all. We have plenty of space here. And then when Mother's Day comes around and you have to add in 2 or 3 extra people and 100 extra buckets of flowers, then there's no room for anything, and it clusters your mind, and yeah, it's a task, you guys. We work hard for Mother's Day, that's for sure. Anyway, we got through it. That's my little rant for all you florists out there, because you know exactly what I'm saying. We got through it, and I would say 98% of our customers were extremely happy, because we all know you can't please them all. There's going to be somebody out there that's going to complain about something. So I can't say we had no complaints. We did have a couple, but they were things. Jeffrey's whispering to me. He thinks he thinks I'm a magician and thinks that I can hear what he's saying but not pay attention to him at the same time, so you don't see that I'm listening. I have no idea what he said. Hey, don't say things like that. Yes, we won't say things like that. Look at that, y'all. All right. There is our basic shape. I just did that while I was ranting, didn't even realize. So, our 2 longer pieces, the first 2 that we cut off our ficus branches, and then on the sides we have our side shoots that are on our ficus branches, and then here in the center, and building your body of your spray or your saddle in this case, are all the shorter pieces. Now we're going to move on into our lime green tea leaf. This is beautiful. I love it. It's plastic, which is very good for the cemetery. It doesn't fade quite as fast as your fabric greeneries. So it certainly holds that lime green burst of color longer than if it was fabric. So that's great. We love that. My little tiny glue pot. I need to order a new one. Oh my god, y'all, I have to tell you this. So, yesterday we were out in our greenhouse, or our hoop house, which we've told you about many times, and I have my first anemone bloom. It is beautiful, it's so stunning. I can't wait to use it. I'm probably going to use it tomorrow. Some lucky customer is going to get it tomorrow in their arrangement. There's 2, and the 3rd one is almost ready to cut as well. That's exciting. We cut our first lot of tulips. I know this sounds a little bit behind for most of you American watchers, that's for sure. Most of my audience is American, thank you very much. For the most part, most of the states are warmer than we are here in our northern climate. So we are a little bit behind you guys. And our outdoor tulips are still only 4 inches high and all green leaf. There is no color at all. But the tulips that we started in our hoop house in crates in January got a head start. They didn't get to spend the whole season in the hoop house because frankly there was not enough room and they were just in the way, so we had to bring them outside. So they kind of got a head start, but now they're bloomed. I was lucky enough to get my first bouquet to my mom for Mother's Day that came off of our farm. So our first growing season and our first bouquet went to my mom for Mother's Day. It was perfect, and she loved it. So the other tulips that were ready for picking or pulling, because that's what we do, we pull them in the flower growing industry. You don't cut them, you pull the bulb and all. We pulled them yesterday and put them in our at-home cooler so that once we are out of tulips here in the shop, we can rehydrate those, and for the rest of this month and maybe into next month, we will have our own Newfoundland grown tulips. Amazing, amazing. And then once the anemones start blooming like crazy, and hopefully the ranunculus, I have one ranunculus in bloom that's growing a little bit. It's slow, but it's been not warm. So today has only been the second really nice sunny day that we've had. However, that's not true, because Mother's Day weekend, there was a couple of nice days, but I was here, so I didn't see the sun at all. Look at that. That's our second greenery. Nice and shapely. It's nice. I like it. The shape is coming along really nice. And I like that. And for some reason, already it looks a little bit masculine to me. So we are on track. On track. Everybody wants blue and white for Father's Day. It seems we can't get away from it. We do sell other colors, that's for sure, but mostly people want blue and white. So we're going to start off with some glads. So I did plant some glads in my hoop house as well. Those are about 6 inches tall now. It's all so exciting. It's all coming together. It's all happening. Don't throw anything out, y'all. Look at these. These are all branches of greenery. We're going to use every one of those. We're going to cut off that stem that we don't need right there. I can't tell if you can see it or not. And we're going to cut those off. And we're just going to use all of those in our arrangements. So, y'all know why I haven't been on here much, because the preparation for Mother's Day was beyond busy. So we were busy. Plus, we were prepping the farm because all of the things had to get into the greenhouse before we were swamped with Mother's Day. So that all had to get done too. So it's been a crazy couple of weeks, that's for sure. But today, hopefully, is the start of a little bit of normalcy around here. We're all going to have a chill summer. Sales are going to be great, but they're not going to be overwhelming. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. All right, so I don't want to make this too large and too expensive. So if I put that whole thing in, it's going to be that long. And I think that's a little long. I think I'm more like there. So I'm going to cut 2 flowers off of each stem. So now we have this length. Let's see. Perfect. I'm going to do the same thing for the other ends. Just like that. I love working with fresh flowers. It's so awesome. But I came from silks. I started in the silk industry when I was a child, really, making arrangements and making graduation pieces and all of those things. And this is my real passion. I love working with silks. I love it all, really. I love my job. I really do. I really do. All right, let's put that one in here, like that. Y'all, I had some wonderful comments on my last couple of videos, so thank you so much. I'm not sure if I got to answer everybody or not, but thank you. I had one lady saying, because I think I said something in my last video that said, if somebody even learns a little bit from me, I'm so grateful. I'm grateful anyway. I'm grateful every day of my life. But that's what I said in my video. And she came back with a comment and said, I learned something from you, learned something new from you every time I watch a video. And she's been in the floral industry for 10 years plus. Got me. That got me. It's so nice. So nice. And I love to teach. I love training people, and I just love to share the little bit of knowledge that I have and the little bit of creativity that I've been blessed with. So thank you. I'm sure you're gonna watch again. All right, y'all. Oh, there's a. Okay, there we go. There we go. So those white flowers now are spread evenly. You don't even, unless you're a gladiola fan, which I know you're out there, you don't even really know they're gladiolas. They're just white flowers, and they look beautiful, and they serve the purpose of those line flowers. Absolutely. So now, our main flower that I chose for this is just a simple blue rose. So we're going to use that for the most part. And then we're just going to use some fillers. And we're going to put some dried botanicals in here as well, just to make it that extra special masculine feel. Oh, my little glue pot. I know I said that. I keep saying that every time I dip in, but it's so funny. So again, we're going to use our longest stems. Our longest stems, see that? Oh, there it is. The longest stems on the ends. Always set your length and then set your width. We did that already with our gladiolas, but same sort of thing. I just follow the same steps with every flower that I put in. I put in my length first, then my width. And as you can see, so I put in my length, and then my gladiola right here is my length on my side, and then I just spraddled the first two roses on each side of that gladiola. And that is just a general rule of thumb, because I'm probably going to go back after and add in in a typical saddle like this would be enough roses for sure, and then I would move on to another flower. But today I decided to do mostly the same flower. So it would almost look like a bouquet of roses. And so far, it looks beautiful, I think. I'm also going to put a little bit of ribbon in here. I like a ribbon bow in saddles. I think it adds that different texture. That's nice as well. Like that. I like it a lot. Look at that. Very simple, very nice. I like it. Alright, I think before I put the filler in, I am going to just make two simple bows. And this is the ribbon that I'm going to use. It's a blue with almost like a men's check on it. And that reference to Father's Day. Here's my scissors. So we want our bow to almost touch our foam, and then just pop up through just like the flowers would. So I think a 3-loop bow is my favorite, and we're in about 6 inches. So that's about how big we're going to make the loop. So 6 inches, a tail, 6-inch bow, twist, and then another one, twist, and then another one. And that's it. Just simple like that. I'm going to use a wooden pick with the wire on it. So I'm going to go around the ribbon a couple of times. And then I'm going to use that extra piece of wire to spin on my wood pick again. Just giving that extra security there. No, don't like that. Thank you. So these heavy gauge wires, I think this is an 18 gauge wire, and I've just cut them in half. I use these all the time in fresh arrangements. So I'm just going to twist that on there. But the bonus with the wood pick is the wood picks, of course, are made of wood, and they're kind of splintery, for lack of a better word, so they grab the foam. So I'm still going to use the wood pick. I'm just going to twist that heavy gauge wire on here. So now it's really, really on there. I'm going to cut that off because, again, I want my bow to almost touch my foam, so I don't want the pick to stick out the bottom end of the saddle. And we're going to put that right in here. Find that place, and I'm just going to push really hard one. There we go, right down to the foam. And there we have it, just like that. And now I'm going to do another one for the other side. I broke that one, but it's okay. That's still enough length there. I'm going to just add some more glue. And there we go. Now it's in there. Woo, 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 woo. We're almost there. Look at that. It's coming along. All right. We have some blue filler. This is an odd flower. I don't know what it would be called. I don't think it's close to anything in nature. Maybe it could be, I can't remember. But it's the wrong color anyway. But the flower that I'm thinking about that it could be representative in nature would be more of a light blue. But this matches those blue roses that also don't grow in nature perfectly. So we're just going to add this again. So this is where I go rogue. There's no real rhyme or reason here. Anywhere that I just see could use a pop of color or a little filler, that's where I'm putting them. And we're just going to fill that right up. I think lots of times when home crafters do this sort of thing, where some mistakes are made is they try to use too little products. People always think, oh, I can do that at home, I can do that myself for a quarter of the price. Well, you can't. Because to buy the amount of product that I put in mine, especially, you're going to add it up. It's going to add up. It's going to add up for you to be almost as expensive as it would be to buy it pre-made. We all know in the crafting world that it's certainly not a cheap hobby. We do it because we love it. That's for sure. Look at that. It's filling up nicely. I love it. Because we own a flower shop, we do have the luxury, I guess, or the ability to make a higher profit off of them because we can order in bulk through wholesalers, which home crafters can't do. However, you can buy through the dollar store. So our filler is all in. So now we're just going to add some of the dried botanicals. We have some lotus pods, and we have this thing that I don't know what it's called. So we've got a couple of those and a couple of lotus pods. I think it's just going to add that extra special touch. It's not overpowering. I don't want to use too much of it. Just a few. That looks long. I'm not even going to try to get that in that long. It's too long. Here we go. I'm going to go right in through here. Like that. I'm going to do a little symmetry here. Do the same thing on the other side. touch of brown just adds that extra masculinity that we're looking for. Now I'm just going to do a few of the lotus pods. Also re-glue them because that glue dries out. Two, look at that. And two on this side, and then we're going to be done, y'all. Thank you all for tuning in. Remember to always like and share. We really appreciate it, and it helps our channel grow, and then we can bring you lots more of this really fun, hopefully you learn some things, but fun content. Yes, Jeffrey?
Like and subscribe.
What did I say? Okay. Like and subscribe, not like and share. Like and subscribe, but you can share too. Can you share? No, that's on Facebook. But if you're on Facebook and you see this on Facebook, please share, absolutely. So we're just reinforcing that glue. And we're going to add in our last stem. And there you go, y'all. We are done. I'm just going to clean this off. So you can see. Here it is. A beautiful Father's Day grave salad. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye. So my battery died and we just had to switch cameras. So we're picking up where we left off. I think I was talking about the symmetry of the blue roses here. So I was saying I may go... Whoa.